Right, good morning to everyone. I'd like to welcome you all to Leigh Cross in South Shropshire. I was going to say sunny South Shropshire, but unfortunately we're just having a shower. To set the picture, we're about 3 miles from where the Minsterley Club ran 3 very successful British finals some years ago at the well-known Haberley track. The track here today is actually on the football pitch at Leigh Cross, and the farmers very kindly allowed us to use it for the second time this year. It is the 7th in the series of championship events this year for 125 Hondas, and I'm sure later on we'll be talking to some of the boys about the specification of these Hondas, which is a relatively cheap form of motorcycle racing, and today they are competing for club championships and for the various trophies we can see on the table to my right. The entry today, there's a mixture of people really, some that could be described as nearing the veteran stage, some former British champions, British ice race champions, and we've got riders as young as 6 or 7 years old. Not all boys. We have girls racing as well. So hopefully the showers are going to hold off and we're going to see good racing. The racing should finish about 5 o'clock. Later in the day I'll be catching up with some of the riders, some of the young guys, some of the established stars, and get their opinions on what's happening here today in South Shropshire. Right, I would like to finish by saying big thanks to Bob for getting up at some unearthly hour this morning and driving 4 hours from Kent to be with us today. This is the first time, I believe, that FGA has ever been done professionally, and our thanks to Bob for coming. I know he has a busy weekend as he's off to the Poacher tomorrow over in Lincolnshire, so thank you, Bob. Well, I've seen many forms of motorcycle racing, and what we're having here today is the Formula Grasstrack Association all riding 125 Hondas. But I'm old enough to remember some 44 years ago, I think it's about 44 years ago, I was at Hawkston Park, and a good friend of mine at the time, Carl Stanton, had an idea for cheap racing, and he thought about racing bantams. I thought he was crazy. A lot of people thought he was crazy. He proved we were wrong. He started the bantam racing formula, and that has developed into the 125 Honda racing, which we're here today. So 44 years later, I'm pleased to meet up with my old friend Carl Stanton. Carl, I think I'm about right there. You were the man that started all this.
Yes, I was the man who started all this, and I'm very pleased to hear you say you were wrong in the first place.
I'm not often wrong, Carl.
Basically, it all started only a mile and a half from here. It started in the field of Ponsby School, and Terry Chowan and myself and 1 or 2 more had arranged for motor football. Terry rolled up on a BSA Bantam rigid frame. I was on a trials bike, and all the rest of us were doing goodness knows what. Anyway, at the end of the event, Terry, myself and Sylvia were pushing the bike back towards Terry's home actually, and I said, hey, this would be a good idea, and that's where it started. It started with a rigid frame Bantam and riding in motor football, and Terry explaining to me that people were doing a little bit of racing on concrete with the Bantams, and that was it. That was the start.
Right, I wasn't at that particular function, but I was at Hawkston, and I can remember Terry Chalner, and I think maybe Arthur Browning, but there was another guy who I hoped would be here today, a guy called Mike Flint, who came down from the Wirral.
That's right.
Tell me about Mike Flint, Carl.
Well, Mike Flint and I, we joke a lot because I always say Mike's older than me. It's a few months. He's 84 now and I'm 83. And Mike has been keen all the way through. He's very keen on the social side and the racing side. It's something that he always wanted to do. He had scrambled a little bit when he was younger, and this just gave him something to do, and he quite enjoyed it, and since then he's helped to keep the whole thing running.
Yeah, since you started off there have been loads of people. I lost track of Bantam Racing and the Honda Racing because I was involved with mainstream Grasstrack, but over the years people have taken over what you started off, and the Evanses, I know Mark and Sally Evans played a big role in this, and as you say, Paul Beeman. Paul was a local man, of course, from Bridge North. Tell us about Paul.
Well, I can't tell a lot about Paul. He came along after I'd gone off with Glenn on the big Grasstrack, and he came along, and we just met each other. We've never really discussed each other what we do. I know he worked in a factory, I think, but we had a little bit of affinity because Bridge North was my hometown. I'm just watching my son go around there. So, yes, there was that affinity with Bridge North being my hometown. There was a lad from Belvin, I've forgotten his name. There was a whole host of people who came in and have helped. Basically because what we started was a big social club and a group of people who enjoy being together, and that has just lived on. It's lived for 43 years or 44 years.
So looking at the amount of riders here today, and the last meeting here a few months ago, loads of people came to watch because it's free, and everybody loving their day out. You must be extremely proud of how it's developed.
I'm very proud of how it's developed. I was happy when they went from BSA Bantams to the Hondas, and I think little modern things I'd like to add myself to it, extra to what they're doing at the moment. But on the other hand, it is making the sport cheap. I mean, say, I know people talk about £1,000 and £1,200 for a bike, but we were paying that for Jaguar engines tuned up, so you've got a lot more for your money because you've got a social side as well as a racing side.
Carl, you and I have been involved in organising things in Shropshire for many, many years. The one thing we both fail at is the weather, and at the moment it's just chucking it down, so hopefully it'll clear up a bit later in the day.
To be absolutely honest, when I was racing, this is the weather I love. I liked it wet because I was an ex-scrambler, so I liked it wet. And my son likes it wet, so it's working out perfect.
So is that your way of saying that Glyn's going to beat Graham Thomas today?
I doubt it. There's a little factor of weight. Glyn is getting lighter now, but there's a little factor of weight. And it does make a big difference, an extra 3 stone. And he's pushing his bike in by the look of it, so there's something wrong with him.
It's all these business lunches he has. Carl, as I say, we've known each other probably 50 years, and it's still a pleasure to talk to you, and nice to see you here today. So
right, well, one of the little things I wanted to say before we sign off, he's going to the Poacher tomorrow. In actual fact, we raced several times at the Poacher, with Glenn, but it's right on my mother's home doorstep.
All right. Well,
so Lincolnshire, everything about it, yeah.
Right, well, I'm not going to Poacher, although my son-in-law Barry Bennett's racing sidecars there tomorrow in the Super Series, but I just hope this weather doesn't end up in Lincolnshire. I think it's going to be showery, Carl, so we'll keep our fingers crossed.
Right.
Good to see you.
Right.
And keep our fingers crossed for a good day.
And I go down there and start working on the lad's bike while he stopped, I don't know.
He's still your lad, although he's
56.
I wasn't going to say that.
I will.
Cheers,
I
Carl.
wish he'd grow up now.
Always good to talk to you. Right, cheers.
Can you wipe that out, please?
The sport's got many characters and this fella's one of them. Cheers, Carl.
Cheers.
Thanks. Right, we meet up with Graham Thomas before practice. Graham, very much local for you today.
Yeah, this is a local track. Obviously we got the field from a local farmer who was interested in just running a few FGA meetings, so we went from there and started the club up again.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a long history, obviously. When you started on bikes, it was Bantams, wasn't it? It was the days of Carl Stanton's Bantams, which have developed into this.
Yeah, I think I started 36 years ago, I think, on the Bantams, where Alan, I think, started 2 or 3 years before that, so it only Bantams had been going probably a couple of years then, like, so then we all got into it as a family, like, so it has been going a long time, which obviously this is the first time I've rode the Ondas, which is, obviously it's quite good fun really. It's going back, well, it's just getting back into the grassroots again and finish off my career back where I come from.
Yeah, of course, you started on Bantams, but you went right to the very top and British champion twice. Tell us a little bit about the years you won the British Championship.
Yeah, the British Championship years where I had 2 good years. Like I'd had a little bit of bike trouble before I won the championship. Then I had 2 good years with 2 good bikes, and then I seemed to have a little bit of trouble after that, which stopped me from winning more British finals, to be honest. But no, the 2 British final years I had some good racing, and even up to the end when I retired in really probably 99, we had some good races, me and Mark and Carl Wilkes and other Shropshire lads. It was some good fun really.
Of course, you won it at a time when it really was, I believe, at its peak, as you say, Mark, Jason Stott, Carl, and it really was incredible racing. So I know you're a modest sort of guy, but you did win it when it was at its peak.
Yeah, I think the competition was really strong. That, like I say, there was a lot of good lads. Midland Centre did have some quick lads. Even down south, they had similar sort of lads, but we really put it together in the Midlands at one time, and I think we won various Midland Centre championships year on year as well. So yeah, the Midlands was a strong class.
Yeah, people talk to me about FGA. What is it? What is it? I said, you want to come along? It's great fun. I said, Graham Thomas thinks he's riding for the world title. I think that's pretty fair. You're still competitive, Graham.
Yeah, I still come to win, even if I do or not. It's in your head, isn't it? As soon as you're on the bike, you're in it to win it, and second doesn't count, does it? You got to win it.
There's no way you're going to let your brother win then.
Not if I can help it. As long as the bike keeps going, which, all right, the 125s won't take the thrash we give them really, but I blew the bike up last time out, like, but they're not made to be ridden out. We're riding them really, so that's the main thing. Keep the bike running.
Have a good day. We'll talk to some of the younger guys next. I think Bob, and nice to see you again, Graham.
Yeah,
cheers. Bye.
Yeah, cheers.
Right. Right, we meet up with Ross Wharton. Ross, a man of many talents. First of all, I believe you should have been in Finland today. Is that true?
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah, I should have been out there with Andrew Appleton, mechanic in Frim, for the GPs, but I've had quite a lot to do with the Minsley Club organising this year, so I decided to put this first for a change and come along and help out.
So, from an organiser's point of view, what are we looking forward to today? It's probably the first time FGA's ever been on a professional DVD, so what are we going to see today?
Some close racing. Obviously you haven't got the speed of like the mainstream grass, but because everyone's on standard 125 Honda 4-stroke engines, there's no real tuning allowed, so you know, it all comes down to rider ability, and you get to see some close, hard racing, which I think is what people want to see these days.
So, what classes have we got? I know we've got very young youngsters, and I believe there's a guy called Mike Flynn who still does it, who's over 80. I know he's not with us today. So, who are the riders? Are they ex-riders? Are they young people coming into sport? Who do we see today?
A mixture of both, really. I mean, we start off with the auto cadets. They're on like twist and go 80cc bikes. Then you go up to the cub class, which are 10 to 12 year olds on the same bikes that Mike Flynn at 70 and Graham Thomas, ex-British champion, are riding as well. So we also got the junior class, which is 12 to 16 years old, and there's some really talented riders in that as well that are coming up through the ranks. So yeah, it'll be close racing throughout.
So some of the boys, I know, just seen Phil Ashcroft go past, his two lads, I know they do both. In fact, the one won the 350 class at Ledbury last week. So are there many riders who are doing this sport and mainstream Grasstrack?
I'd say Liam and Ryan Ashcroft, they're about the only ones at the moment that do it, but over the years people have done both, and you know, some have used it as a feeder to go into mainstream Grasstrack. I mean, years ago, Graham Thomas, Wayne Broadus, they all started on this. Graham Jones, a speedway rider, Jack Hargreaves, Luke Priest, you know, they all started out doing this, and they've gone on to speedway and British grass tracks and international type meetings. So, but then you get riders coming back to it as well, like Graham has done, Phil Thomas has as well, Wayne, Colin Howe. You know, they've all decided that they want a bit of fun now with racing, and it's a cheap way of racing. So yeah, it's going really well.
Yeah, I know they're not racing for money today, but I see on the table behind us there's some very nice trophies. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, I mean, the meeting's labelled the Jeff Adams and John Broadus Memorial Meeting. Jeff, he was a Minsley member through and through for many years. His son Martin's riding today as well. And then John Broadhurst, he was also a Minsley Club member. He was Wayne Broadhurst's dad. Their trophies are up for grabs. The senior one is the Jeff Adams. The junior one is the John Broadhurst, and there'll be a final for them at the end of the day. Then also we've got the Derek Pinch's Memorial Shield for the Minsley Club champion through a straight final. And then we've also got the Dave Oil Trophy for the Junior Minsley Club champion as well.
Right, so conditions look pretty perfect in my view. Would you describe conditions as just about spot on, really?
Yeah, I mean, we're lucky in the respect this is also a football pitch through the winter, so it's smooth, there's no real ruts or bumps in it, it's quite hard packed. I think it'll be a bit greasy to start with, obviously with the rain overnight, but hopefully if we have good weather and dry weather, it'll get better as the day goes on.
So to sum up, good racing. I know you've got a lot to do, you're a key man in the club. Cheers, thanks for that.
Thank you, cheers.
Thanks. Right, Colin Howe, another man who's on FGA 125 Hondas, a man with a past. Colin, you did particularly well in the 250 class in mainstream Grasstrack some years ago.
Yeah, I've finished third in 1995 and second in 2005, which is pretty good.
And in those days, of course, there was the Mark Wadsworths and the Graham Thomases and the Lee Streets and all those.
Yep, Scott Nichols, Dormer, Richie Knight, all sorts of people.
Yeah, a lot of big names. So I know you're a local man now, although you've lived all over the country.
Yeah.
So what brought you into this 125 Honda racing?
Because it's local, really. I live about 5-6 miles up the road from here, and all the rest of meetings are within an hour of where I live. So yeah, it's a good racing, and also we're all on the same kit, basically, same engines. So.
Yeah, a lot of the other competitors we've talked to today say, and it's low cost. How does the cost compare with racing a 250?
Yeah, it's low cost, and mind you, the 250 strokers in the end wasn't too expensive. They're really good engines. So, but the trouble is, we was racing against laid down 4 strokes, so we weren't competitive anymore.
Yeah, I think David Knowles has still got a stroker, hasn't he?
No, he's on a KTM 4-stroke, fuel injected. It's a few quid's worth of sitting there.
I should watch more closely because I saw him last week down at Ledbury.
No, he spent a lot of money on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so the age of two-stroke 250s, the Mark Wadsworth Type 2-stroke, they've gone forever, have they?
I think so, unless they come up with something different. And maybe Mark could win on one, but I couldn't. I was racing against the same people who swapped from 2 strokes to 4 strokes, and they were starting to beat me, and no matter what I did.
Yeah. Right, we're having another storm, Colin.
You have.
I've asked one or two of the riders, do they prefer the wet or the dry?
Dry.
You like the dry?
Dry and drippy.
Right.
I don't like wet and slick.
I don't think it's going to be too bad today, but I think we'd probably have a shower. Okay, Colin, enjoy your day.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. Right, I'm just looking at a very smart bike here, and it says Wayne Broadhurst, 1996 Telford High Speedway champion, 2000, 2002, 2007. The man himself, Wayne Broadhurst. Happy days, those.
Oh yeah, definitely. Really enjoyed every minute of it. A bit different, but very exciting, and enjoyed it all.
Yeah, as well as being British High Speedway champion, you got right at the top in Speedway and in Grasstrack. And tell us a little bit about your Speedway career, first of all.
Yeah, I've rode at quite a few clubs over the years. At different levels all the way along. Enjoyed it from the minute I started till the minute I retired. I think the best season I had was riding for Mr. Drury at Mildenhall. Really good years, lovely people down there, and I met some brilliant people all over the years that I've been racing. But thoroughly enjoyed it all.
I know your dad was a key man in your racing, and you're competing for his trophy today. Can you tell us a little bit about your dad, because he was a super guy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was brilliant. He put a lot into me racing. Never ever cleaned the bike when my dad was about. He always did it. By the time I got up the following morning, the bike was sparkling clean again. He just loved it. He always sort of was in the background, but he was always there for me all the time. Mechanicked for me, took me everywhere I wanted to go. Very difficult when he wasn't with us anymore, because financial and everything else, just him being there, all the help. But he loved it. That's all that makes it. Yeah.
The same goes for your mum. I know your mum made the butties, said you're going to win, Wayne, you're going to win, Wayne, and your mum's hopefully coming today, I think.
She says she might, whether she will or not, I don't know. But yeah, mum was always the one that was pushing me all the way. Dad was just laid back, and as long as I enjoyed it, that all that matters. But they both really enjoyed it and behind me all the way.
So from the dizzy heights of British champion, back on 125 Hondas at Lear Cross, and enjoying it, yes?
Yes, that's down to Katie and Max, my kids. They wanted me to get back into something. Didn't know what to do, didn't want it to affect my son's football. And the Saturday afternoon racing, you don't have to travel far, reasonably cheap to do. And it just, the calibre of riders that's riding today, it's going to be really tough. But I enjoy it, they love it, and I love it. That's all that makes.
That's what it's all about. Cheers, Wayne.
Brilliant.
Thanks. Thank you. Right, I've met up with Katie Gordon, one of the few young ladies racing today. Katie, first of all, how on earth does a young lady get into this sport?
Well, I got into it because I used to come with my dad and I just really loved it, so I decided to join.
So what class are you riding in today?
I'm in the juniors.
And you've been doing it quite a while, I know. How long have you been racing?
This is my 3rd year.
Right, and it is a difficult sport for a lady, probably, but do the lads give you room, or do they treat you like one of the boys?
Oh, don't worry, they treat me like a boy. It's really quite something.
So where do you see yourself going? I know a lot of girls who do sidecars in mainstream grass track. Do you see yourself in mainstream grass track in a few years' time?
No, I don't think so. I think I'll just stick to this. I'm not too confident in doing lots of things, but I quite enjoy this.
Yeah. So who's the main competition today? Who are you up against?
It's Jack Budd today, because we're in joint 2nd place, and I need to really get in 2nd.
Right, so I'm sure you will. Right, thanks very much. I'll let you get on. I see you going for scrutineering.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers, bye. Right, we meet up with the Ashcroft family. Phil Ashcroft I've known for many, many years. In fact, we'll start with you, Phil. I think about 2 fields away, you won the British final. No, not the British final, the Midland final one year. How long ago was that?
1991.
God, you were a very young lad then.
25 years ago, yeah.
25 years. And what are you actually doing with yourself now then?
Busy looking after these.
Oh, I see.
Tearaways.
Expensive.
Yeah, you could
Right.
say so.
Right.
Open wallet surgery.
Wallet surgery. That's a new way of putting it. Right. Okay, with 2 lads racing, I can imagine. I had 2 daughters, but 2 lads, I can imagine. Well, last time I saw you boys was at Ledbury last week, where you were going pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, you were going pretty good. Tell us about Ledbury.
Oh, well, it was Ledbury. No, that was pretty good. It's pretty slick to start off with, and then...
Tell the truth, you won the final.
Oh, it was 4-point scoring legs. But
Yeah, well, you won it.
yeah, it was alright.
Don't be so modest, you won.
No, but... well... No, I'm not going to say it.
Right, Ledbury, go on, going back a week.
Good fun. It's a bit like a speedway track, or just imagine a speedway track. It's like it's nice, hard and slick. It's a good track.
Yeah. So at the moment you're doing the Formula Grasstrack on the 125 Hondas, and you're doing mainstream.
Yeah.
I can understand when Dad says it's a big wallet job, you know.
Yeah.
How long are you going to carry on with this Honda racing?
Probably till I blow that one up. And it's not going to get a repair after that, I don't think.
Until the championship's won.
And when's that going to be?
Soon as, I hope.
Because you're in the seniors now, of course.
Yeah.
Is it?
It did win the junior championship 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. There happens to be a local fella called Graham Thomas. I think he might have something to say about that.
Yeah, he's a little bit difficult to beat. Give it a go, yeah.
Right, so enjoy yourselves today. It looks pretty good.
thank you.
So, the Ashcroft family, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Quite all
Brian.
right.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Right, we meet up with the Atkinson family, father and son, Terry and Terry. Terry, first of all, I know you've got a bit of history in this game. You've been champion on a couple of occasions. Tell us about that.
Well, I started Cubs when I was 8, and I won 8. I won it when I was 8, 9 and 10. And then I've just been chilling a bit. So I'm just not having a year that I'd like this year.
You
but
broke your leg last year as well,
yeah,
didn't you?
so
Where did you do that?
School.
school.
Oh, not racing motorbikes.
No.
Oh, right. Taking part in something dangerous like gymnastics, I suppose.
Well, he does motorbike racing, and he does, grass track racing. And he broke his leg messing around with a football at lunchtime at school.
Oh, dangerous sport.
So we said, stick to the dangerous sports. You're less likely to get hurt.
So I know you followed Dad because you used to race
Yeah.
mainstream grass track and speedway, a bit of everything.
You'd have a go at anything.
Just
yeah.
tell us about that.
Well, at the time you were, I was in my late teens, early 20s, and every penny you made went into it, and the travelling, and we had a decent employer at the time who was quite sympathetic to you leaving early, and to make an event, and generally ups and downs really. Kept going for as long as I could, and then injury unfortunately put the end to it. Was I just couldn't heal quick enough, and I always had an intention of coming back but never did. Before you know it, I've got a son here who's getting big enough to get onto a motorbike, so it just seemed natural to keep an eye on him. It'd be very difficult for me to ride a bike and him to ride a bike, because you've got to nurse feed them at first, just make sure they're right, the bike's right and everything, and as they get older, wanting their independence, you can sort of take more of a back seat, so who knows, one day. Might don the leathers and the helmet again.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about travelling. Bob's travelled up from Kent this morning, from Herne Bay, 4 hours. When you were racing, it was all over the country. When I was doing mainstream commentaries, it was all over the country.
Yeah.
But now, this sport, it's what, an hour, 2 hours down the road, isn't it?
That's the furthest we travelled. And, you know, you go back to the 70s and 80s, the roads weren't as good, the cars weren't as good. You learn very quickly that a trail is not the answer, because you were restricted on speed. So, you know, you'd hang a bike on the back of your car. Not as many people had vans then. So you hung your car on the back, on the bike on the back of your car, and had half a bike inside as spares, you know, and you could just made things a lot easier, and you got to places a lot quicker, you know. But the fatigue as well, getting back early hours of the morning and expecting to go back to work the following day, you know. It's a good job we were young, because I'm not sure I could do it now.
No. Well, keeping our fingers crossed, we're going to be dry today, but there was going to be intermittent showers, and I think we're just having a shower at the moment. So thanks very much for your time, and have a good day.
Pleasure, thank you very much.
Cheers, bye. Right, I'm joined by a couple of young men who ride in the junior class today. We got Eli Meadows and Sam Hall. Eli, first of all, we sat on your bike, number 84. I remember the name Meadows many years ago. That would be your dad, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he used to ride in 500s and 375s. Well, not then, but you know.
Was he any good?
When he stayed on.
So your dad's he's had a big influence on you racing, I assume.
Yeah, he bought me this bike earlier last year from Rod Balksham. So, yeah.
You wouldn't be here today without your dad then?
No.
You wouldn't be racing?
And David, my uncle.
And your uncle, right,
Yeah.
right. Earlier on, I met you in the paddock and you got a fancy top on.
Yeah.
What's all that about?
Well, I'm Somerset mascot for 2016, so, yeah.
And what does that mean? What do you actually do?
I just ride round for half an hour before the meeting and then have like a couple of laps after.
Talk to all the dolly birds on the start.
Yeah.
Hey, I could do that job. Right, somebody against you today, Sam, local man from Whitchurch, yeah?
Yep.
How long have you been doing this, Sam?
About 3 years.
And you obviously enjoy it?
Yeah.
So when you started, were you in Cubs or what were you in?
I was in Cubs.
Yeah, and how did you get into it?
Granddad and my dad.
Yeah, and did they both race? On mainstream grass track?
Yeah.
Right, so who's the man to beat today, this fella? Yeah, he's been going pretty good, hasn't he?
Yeah.
But everybody can be beaten, you know.
Yeah.
So we've had a shower of rain, both of you, you know. When it's wet, do you go better in the wet, or
Yeah.
do you like the wet?
Yeah.
You both like the wet?
Yeah.
Do you? You want to take up sidecar racing when it's wet, you wouldn't like the wet then. So you enjoy the wet?
Yeah.
Why's that?
I don't know, it's just more fun, it's more exciting.
Oh, right, that's good. I've always said it sorts the good riders out, takes more skill in the wet.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, how old are you, by the way? How old are you, Eli?
I'm 12.
Yeah, and how old are you?
12.
You're both 12. Okay. And do you see yourselves going on to mainstream grass track when you're older?
Yeah, hopefully.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Speedway
Yeah.
or grass track?
Speedway. Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Right, many years ago, I asked a young fella who his hero was, and he went, that was Jamie Rogers when he was about 8. If you could be anybody in the game now, who would you be?
In grass track or speedway?
Well, grass track, go on.
Yannick.
Would you?
Andrew Appleton.
Andrew Appleton. You know his mechanic's one of the main men running this meeting, don't you? And he's in Finland today, and next week he's in the south of France, yeah. He's a good example, Andrew is. He's a gentleman racer. Okay, boys, have a good day. And as you say, you enjoy the wet grass, so don't fall off. And
try not to.
Thanks very much.
That's okay.
See you then.
Bye. Bye.
Cheers. Right, we meet up with two of the youngest competitors here today, Jack Crew and Joe Crew, brothers from Brierley Hill. Now, I know your dad. Your dad's quite famous, isn't he, a grass track rider? Tell us about your dad.
Well, he's okay. He's okay at riding.
Is he? I thought he was quite good.
He's okay, he's not that good.
Isn't he?
He's rubbish.
But does he pay all the bills for the bike?
Yep.
Oh, so he's a good dad.
He pays for everything, I've paid for nothing.
Ah, so he's a good dad then.
Yep.
Right, so how old are you both? How old are you?
He's 9, I'm 8.
Right, and you're riding autos.
Yeah. Yep.
Does that mean they don't have a gearbox? You don't change gear?
Nope.
You just open the throttle and off you
We just pull the throttle back and
and
go
off you
around.
and off you go. Are you two of the youngest racing here today?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So some of these here today, they're 60 or 70 years of age. Can you see you doing it when you're that old?
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. You're not sure?
No.
So what, most young fellas play football or something, but you two race motorbikes. Do you play football or anything?
I mostly do it at school.
Right. And where's school? Is it Brierley Hill?
No. Oh, Wordsley.
Wordsley?
Yep.
That's down the West Midlands, isn't it?
Yep.
Near, was it near Stourbridge?
Um,
It's down there somewhere, isn't it?
yeah, it's
Right. We had a meeting here a few months ago. You didn't come to that, did you?
No, we've only started this year.
So it's your first year. And
Yeah. Yep.
You're enjoying it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. And who's brought you here today? Mum looking after you?
Dad, my granddad and my mum.
Oh, so you got a good team.
Yep.
Right. So they'll all expect you to do well today. I'm sure you will. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Okay.
And we'll see you again when you're a bit older. Okay?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta-da. Ta-da. Right, we've got a fine example of a 125 Honda in front of us, and belongs to Glyn Stanton. I'm sure Grasstrack fans will remember the number 811, Glyn Stanton. Glyn's father, incidentally, started this sort of racing many years ago with the Bantams, and it's now 125 Hondas. Glyn, a little bit about the machine. What engine, frame, who builds them? Just tell us about the bike.
The formula is based around standard 125 air-cooled 5 or 6-speed in some cases road bike engines. So they're the sort of engines that you'd get in a little commuter bike. That engine actually came out of a pizza delivery bike in London and cost me £51 on eBay. But the engines are literally just 125. I think they're 124 point something cc. There's different types of engine. That's a CB 125 RS. You can have an XL, and you can have just the old CB engine. So they're the sort of bikes that a lot of mums and dads went to work on. Lots of kids used to go to work on or go to college on. No tuning is allowed, although you're allowed any type of ignition. Some people use battery and coil, old-fashioned, old school. I'm getting on a bit, so I like a bike that starts, so I've got a proper electronic ignition on mine. Carburetor is optional. That actually is a McCuney copy. That's off a pit bike. People using different size of carbs. That's a 26mm. I think the Thomas boys are using 28mm Delautos, but you'll find variations of that around the paddock. In terms of the gearboxes and that, everything inside the engine is standard. They tend to only use first, second and third gears on the tracks because the tracks are quite small. You're talking sort of maximum of 250 metres round. This is probably one of the bigger tracks today. People use different types of chain. I'm using the original 428 pitch chain. It's a bit lighter. It's a sort of chain that was standard on the bike, on the road bike, and schoolboys use it. It's the same pitch of chain to use on a primary chain on a 350 or a 500. But some guys are using the heavier 520 chain. It's just a matter of personal preference. The frames, you can use any type of Grasstrack frame. They're pretty much based around upright frames, so they tend to be sort of late 80s, early 90s frame. This is an RTS Greyhound, which is the sort of frame that I used in that sort of period. It's the sort of frame that Andy Riley was riding when he was 350 British champion on the big grass. So Bit of a change from the old Bantam days where we actually used cut down road going Bantam frames. So they handle like a grass bike. It's the sort of thing that quite a lot of our juniors are riding these in proper schoolboy classes on the mainstream Grasstrack as well, so they're getting a little bit extra bite of the cherry. So it's 23-inch wheel, front wheel, 22-inch wheel in the back. In the Hondas, in the seniors, you're not allowed to have a smaller front wheel in the front. I know on big grass it's become quite fashionable to have a 21-inch wheel. The schoolboys can use different size wheels, and they use the Cubs are using a 19-inch wheel or 18-inch wheel, I think, in the back. So it's really a 1980s, 1990s Grasstrack bike with a road going 125 engine.
Glenn, just looking at your bike, I know a lot of the boys now have got very nice fiberglass and that. It's still relatively cheap sport though, isn't it?
Yeah, you'll buy a bike that will go just as good as this one for £600–700 in a decent frame, half decent. Yeah, you can spend a couple of grand if you want to. The good thing is the tyres, they last ages. I mean, the tyres on here, they're a set of wheels that I bought from Mark Taylor that he'd been using on the big grass. I haven't had to even buy a tyre, so. And the back tyre still, if you look at it, still got the little teats on it from when it was made. So a back tyre is going to last several seasons, to be honest, on a Honda. They don't rip the tyre up, they don't rip the ground up. We're actually racing today on Minsley Football Club's football pitches. So that's another sign that it's a bit easier perhaps for Hondas to find a field, because we're not cutting the field up and we tend to get welcome back. And of course the tracks are fairly small, so we don't need a big field to run a meeting in.
Right, Glenn, thanks very much for that. That's enlightened us all as to what these bikes are all about. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Cheers, Glenn.
Take care.
Right, local family, Phil and Zoe Thomas. First of all, we talk to Zoe. What is a young lady doing racing motorbikes?
Come on, say something. She just come racing with me, and she was on at me for the last 2 years to let her race, and I kept saying no.
Why? Why did you say no?
Because she's female.
Oh, come on! Come on!
Her mum was on at me, Zoe was on at me, so...
Equal rights and all that.
So I give in the end and decided to build her a bike over the winter.
Now she's as good as you?
She's pretty good, yeah, she's getting there. She's getting better by every meeting we go to, so she's doing quite well.
Yep. They are. This fella says you're pretty good. I know you're pretty good. You obviously enjoy your racing.
Yeah, I do enjoy it, yeah. Started this season, so getting the hang of it slowly.
So you'd love to see more young ladies having a go at Grasstrack?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely, right. One of the reasons, I mean, I'm just spectator now. It looks good fun. You obviously enjoy it.
Yeah, I prefer the dry than the wet, but can't decide on that.
Yeah. Well, both of you, I mean, you're in an area, Minsley, which is famous for running Grasstracks over a number of years. How much did older brother Graham have influence both of you coming into the sport?
Well, obviously Alan started first on the Bantams when he was 15, and then Graham caught on, and then I got a bike as well. And then I just started when I was 12, the same as what Graham did, and then Graham went on to 250s, and he, as you know, he got pretty good at it. And then I rode Bantams up until I was about, I don't know, 1992. I had a couple of goes on the 250, but I sort of went away from it in 92, and then 22 years later I decided to have a go on the Hondas, which was in 2013. And then I kept on at Graham to have a go because I had two bikes and he kept saying no. and then he did eventually have a go at the 2-day event, and now he's doing it every meeting, and unfortunately he keeps winning.
But he can always be beaten, come on.
Yeah, I have beat him, but I've got to have a good day to beat him. But there's some good riders here today. There's Ryan, Wayne Broad obviously goes well. There's Elvis, but it will be an hard meeting. Be some hard races. But I come here to win. If I don't, go away happy anyway because I enjoy it.
Yeah. So who are your main rivals in your class? Who are the main ones you've got to beat today?
Nathan Older is one, and I'd probably say the next one's probably Katie Gordon.
So Phil saying about the track and that, did you say earlier you're not in favour of a wet track, you sooner have it dry?
No, I think it's confidence in the wet and just letting the bike slide a bit more.
Yeah, absolutely right. Well, to two locals, you know, the best of luck, and I hope this storm keeps off. You know, it is forecast we may have a storm, but yeah, thanks for your time and best of luck.
Okay, cheers, right?
Cheers.
Number 8, 176, 37 and 72. Race 1 men, won by Liam Ashcroft, number 83, followed by number 8, 176, 37 and 72. Next race on your program, race 2. Still with the seniors. course, was twice British 250 champion a few years ago. Followed by number 45, 811, 119 and 47. Those numbers again are 122, 45, 811, 119 and 47. Next race on your programme, still with the seniors, race 3. The result, red 3 a win there for number 22, local lad Phil Thomas. In second place, number 5, 19, 10 and 300 and 12. Just pushing over there. Martin Adams took a spill, but he's okay. So those numbers again are 22, 5, 19, 10, 300 and number 12. 34, a win there for number 158, Wayne Broaders, followed by 34, 13, 7, 279 and 27. Those numbers again, 158 Wayne Broaders, the winner, followed by 34, 13, 7, 279 and 27. We move on to race 5, the autos, just 2 of them today. Brothers, Jack Crew and Joseph Crew, 71 and 104. 176, a win there for number 46, Sam Hall. In second place, number 108, then 33, and number 2. The winner, 46, Sam Hall, followed by 108, 33, and number 2. Next race on your program is the Juniors, race number 7. Right, the result of race number 7. A win there for number 84, Eli Meadows, followed by 15, 4 and 99. Those numbers again, a win for 84, Eli Meadows, followed by 15, 4 and 99. We move on to race number 8. Next race, race 8, seniors, back to the seniors. number 158 Wayne Broadhurst, his second win of the afternoon, followed by 45, 811, number 10, 37 and 119. Those numbers again, a win in race 8 for number 158 Wayne Broadhurst, followed by 45, 811, 10, 37 and 119. Next race, race 9, still with the seniors. Race 9 then, the official result, a win for number 5, Elvis Jones, former champion of course in this sport, followed by 13, 19, 43, 47, 142 and 72. Those numbers again, a win for number 5, Elvis Jones, followed by 13, 19, 47, 142 and 72. We've got race 10 still with the seniors. And we got a red flag. First race to be stopped, Phil Thomas in the middle. Not quite sure what that was all about, but we're going to have a rerun. Right, I think we've fixed the tapes and we're about to have the rerun of race number 10. The official result then of race number 10 on your programme. A win for number 22, Phil Thomas, followed by 83, number 12, 8, 7 and 300. Those numbers again, race 10, won by number 22, Phil Thomas, followed by 83, 12, 8, 7 and 300. We move on to race 11, still with the seniors. Race 11 and the result, a win for number 122, Graham Thomas once again, followed by number 34 in second place, another local man, Colin Howe, and 176. Those numbers again are 122 Graham Thomas, 34 and 176. Right, we're on race 12, and we've just had the answer to why there was only one of the crew boys out in the first race, and one's got a problem with his bike, so they're taking it alternate to ride. So we had Jack first time out, and we got Joseph out this time. win there for number 84, Eli Meadows, followed by 46, 108 and 33. The numbers again, 84, Eli Meadows, the winner, followed by 46, 108 and 33. We move on to race number 14, still with the juniors. Race number 14, the official result, the win for number 4, Jack Budd, followed by 15, 99 and number 2. Those numbers again, 4, 15, 99 and number 2. We move on to race number 15. a win there for number 22, Phil Thomas. Second, number 34, followed by 811, number 8, and 176. So a win for number 22, Phil Thomas, followed by 34, 811, number 8, and 176. Next race on your program is race number 16, still with the seniors. Race number 16, a win there for 158, Wayne Broadhurst, followed by number 10 and number 300. Race 16, a win then for Wayne Broadhurst, number 158, followed by 10 and 300. We move on to race 17, still with the seniors. 17, a win for number 45, Ryan Ashcroft. Followed by numbers 5, 12, 13, 19 and 37. Race 17, repeat the results, a win for number 45, Ryan Ashcroft, followed by 5, 12, 13, 19 and 37. Race 18, still with the seniors, the next race on your programme. Race number 18 then, a win for number 122, Graham Thomas, followed by 83, 7, 47 and 72. Those numbers again, race 18, a win for Graham Thomas, number 122, followed by 83, 7, 47 and 72. Next we have race 19, which is the autos, and I think it's Jack who's turn to get the 6 points. Brother stood by me, and unfortunately they've only got one bike between them today. The one got machine troubles, and they're having to share this one. Right, 6 points there for Jack Crew. We move on to race number 20 with the Cubs and the Juniors. At the end of the day, we'll be having some presentations of awards, and hopefully the people who are associated with those awards will come along to do the presentation for us. Result of race 20 for number 46, Sam Hall. In second place, 99, followed by 108 and 33. There was another game, a win for 46, Sam Hall, followed by 99, 108 and 33. Race number 21 coming up, still with the juniors, and then there will be a short interval. If you've not had raffle tickets, the girls are selling raffle tickets, and other than that, everything's free for you today. If you want to join Minsley Club or be associated with Formula Grasstrack Racing, have a word with anybody you see around the finish line, or Keith Wharton or Ross Wharton on the finish start gate, and they'll point you in the right direction. We're always looking for new members, and it's all good fun. Race number 21, juniors, a win there for number 84 once again for Eli Meadows, followed by 15 and number 4. A win then for Eli Meadows, number 84, followed by 15 and number 4. Right, the result of race 22, I'm sure you'll agree, one of the best races we've seen today so far. A win there for number 83, Liam Ashcroft, followed by 34, 13, 8 and 300. Race 22, a win then for number 83, Liam Ashcroft, followed by 34, 13, 8 and number 300. Next race on your programme, still with the seniors, race number 23. Race 23 then, a win there for number 22, Phil Thomas, followed by number 45, 10, 7 and 72. Those numbers again. Race 23, a win for number 22, Bill Thomas, followed by 45, 10, 7 and 72. Still with the seniors, race number 24. Race 24 then, a win once again for number 122, Graham Thomas, followed by numbers 12, 176, 142 and 47. Those numbers again, race 24, a win for number 122, Graham Thomas, followed by 12, 176, 142 and 47. Still with the seniors, we move on to race 25. 5, a win for number 158, Wayne Broadhurst. In second place, number 5, followed by 8, 11, 19, 37 and 27. Race 25 then, a win for Wayne Broadhurst, 158, followed by 5, 8, 11, 19, 37 and 27.
Didn't bring me off, broke Gareth Cowan off, broke Chris Collins off, and there was a quick last lap. Yes, he said it. Didn't stop, and Gareth had only just come back from where he was there, and I said, yeah, I run out to work, and they were looking at it, right? And then my sister was over and he said sorry, and he never said sorry, you know what I mean? And then back, he was going to put 90 on with that. And he ate his foot, and he was living like that. I said, okay. And he said, first, yeah, spot on. So I think what you do, you have fucking bikes for the man. I said, you're fucking liability out there. But that was it. That was the only thing. I have something to talk about. I was trying to myself, Will, who's a class anything. Yeah, I can see this track. Yeah. I've got to go.
With 6 points there for Joe Crew, and we move on to the Clubman's, and I should say the Cops and Juniors race number 27, race number 27. 4 once again for Eli Meadows, followed by numbers 4, 15 and 108. Those numbers again for race 27. A win for number 84, Eli Meadows, followed by 4, 15 and 108. Still with the juniors, next race, race 28. Race 28 and the result, a win for Sam Hall, number 46, followed by 99, 33 and number 2. Those numbers again, Sam Hall won that one, number 46, followed by 99, 33 and number 2. Next race, back to the seniors, race 29.
I told him to give him a little quick test and see if he sees his wheel. Who you told that to? Right. He's never done that. I might not be in this race
Those numbers again, race 29. Away for number 5, Elvis Jones, followed by 811, 176, 8, 47 and 72. Still with the seniors, race number 30. Right, result for race 30. A win there for number 158, Wayne Borders. Second was number 122, Graham Thomas. First time Graham's been beaten this afternoon, and first time he's been beaten for a long time, I think. So Graham finishes second. Third was number 13, followed by 19, 327. So race 30, a win for number 158, Wayne Broders, followed by 122, 13, 19, 327. So that was a pretty exciting one. We move on, still with the seniors, to race number 31. Race number 31 then, a win for number 45, Ryan Ashcroft, followed by 34 and 1, 2, 12 and 7. Give you those numbers again, a win for number 45, Ryan Ashcroft, followed by 34, 12 and 7. Still with the seniors, race number 32 on your programme. Race number 32, a winner for Liam Ashcroft, number 83, followed by 22, 10 and 37. Race 32 then, a win for Liam Ashcroft, number 83, 22, 10 and 37. Now with the autos, and I think it's Jack's turn to come round, as they've only got one bike between them. I think it's Jack Crew's turn to do his 4 laps. Right, race 34, win there for number 99, Nathan Adler, followed by number 15, 108 and number 2. The numbers again for race 34, a win there for number 99, Nathan Adler, followed by 15, 108 and number 2. Race 35, still with the juniors.
Yeah, my age, 46. I think he's here. 45. 46.
But the Minster League Championship, which I think is races 44 and 45, those are only for Minster League Motor Club members. And there's quite a lot of them, and a lot of them are pretty quick. Race number 36 on your program, seniors.
Alright. Yeah, I'm on my own. He's telling you, it's going to take us bloody ages. I got a bottle of red.
Living in a seat a bit more.
Alcohol's sweet, isn't it? Yeah. I got red 2 bottles.
Yeah, that's not my limit. They only got very much
Shite. Around in the shit of like,
makes a win there for number 5, Elvis Jones, followed by 34, 176 and 72. Those numbers again, a win for Elvis Jones, number 5, followed by 34, 176 and 72. We move on to race number 37, still with the seniors. Race 37, a win once again for Graham Thomas, number 122. In second place is Brother Phil, number 22, followed by 8, 11, 8, 7 and 300. Race 37, senior race, then a win for Graham Thomas, followed by 22, 8, 11, 8, 7 and 300. Still with the seniors, we move on to race 38.
Lads, still right.
Ryan Ashcroft, followed by 19, 10, 47 and 27. There was other people riding other people's bikes in that one, so that was the result anyway. A win 4:45 Ryan Ashcroft, followed by 19, 10 and 47 and 27. We move on to race 39, still with the seniors.
From Africa, they used to give us 16 goats.
Stop.
This way.
Race 39, seniors win there once again for Wayne Broders, number 158, followed by 83, 13, 12 and 37. Those numbers again. Race 39, a win for Wayne Broders, 158, followed by 83, 13, 12 and 37. We now have another auto out, and I'm not sure whose turn it is. I think it's Joe's turn to go out on the little bike this time.
Mind you, Terry Cho and them on the Grasstrack, you know what I mean? On a scramble. Yeah, it still has. Still rising yellow, yeah. Yeah. Stripes on yellow. Yeah. Yeah. Practice, everybody went out to practice, we went out to practice, and then we all like 10, 15 seconds. Then he pulled off the one week.
Right, we're going to do the raffle before the presentations, and that'll be just, there's a lot of prizes, but we'll do it quick, and so you're pre-warned. Where do you pick your prizes up from, Mary? Yeah, pick your prizes up from the finish line, so I think it's first come, first served, so if your number's called, you can come up pretty quick with your prize. Race 24 for juniors, the winner for number 4, Jack Budd, followed by 33, 108, and number 2. Those numbers again, 4, 33, 108, and number 2. Right, we move on to the last heat of the afternoon before the big finals, and that's race number 42. Race number 42.
Jason Hamley. Jason Hamley.
Race number 42, the last race for the junior heats. A win once again, not beaten all afternoon, number 84 Eli Meadows, followed by 46, 99 and 15. Those numbers again, race 42, a win for 84 Eli Meadows, followed by 46, 99 and 15. Sorry, Mary's trying to confuse me and her husband. Her husband's only clerk of the course, so she's only moved the interval. Right, again, this looks good because we'll forgive you for that, Mary. We'll forgive the lap scorer. Right, we've got both the crew boys out this time. Yeah, they had problems with the bike, but we got Jack there, number 71, and Joe, his brother, out in front. So, nice to see the two of them on the track. It's been a disappointing day for them, but good for them. Dad's fixed it. Ross Wharton, please, to the finish line straight away. Ross Wharton to the finish line. It is an order, it's from your mum. Right, a win for the elder of the crew brothers, Joe, 104, followed by number 71, his brother Jack. Dry race 44, a win there for number 99, Nathan Elder, and second place Zoe Thomas. So just the two riders for the Midland Junior Championship. The next race should be very, very fiercely contested. It's for the Minsterley Motor Club Senior Championship. Well, we expected something special, and we sure got it. Blues halfway program. Totally unexpected to see Graham on the floor, but it does happen sometimes. But we can now give you the result. of the Midland, the Minsterley Club Championship final. The seniors. A win for number 158 Wayne Broadhurst. Second was number 22 Phil Thomas. Third number 5 Elvis Jones. Fourth number 811 Lynn Stanton. Fifth number 34 Colin Howe. And sixth number 13 Simon Jones. We'll repeat those numbers. The winner of the Minsterley Motor Club Senior Championship Final, number 158 Wayne Broadhurst, followed by 22, 5, 8, 11, 34 and 13.
Joe Crew and Billy Bob. There you go. They're filming that, Bob.
Billy.
You want to just stand around and look at Bob there with his camera? Okay. Got it, Bob? Right, what have we got next?
Junior winner for John Broadhurst.
Right, Wayne Broadhurst. Where's Wayne? Wayne? He's not on anything. We just asked him to come. Right, the John Broadhurst Trophy in memory of Wayne's father. I'm sure you all knew John. Wayne wanted to present it. Do you want to say a few words?
No.
I've interviewed this bloke all over the country for 30 years and he still don't want to talk to me. Right, the winner of your dad's trophy today is Eli Meadows. There you go, fella. Well done. Okay, cheers, Wayne. Where are we going now? Right, the David Hoyle, I thought Mark was going to come today, but she's not, so the David Hoyle Trophy to the junior club winner is Nathan Holder. Well done, Nathan. Right, and the next one we're going to have is I've called Chris Pinches. Right, we had many happy days up at Haverley when we used to run British finals and that, and thanks to the Pinches family, Derek Pinches Trophy today, presented by Chris, goes to Wayne Broadhurst. Never heard of it. I haven't. You didn't say much, Chris.
Thank you.
You're similar.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Nice to be associated with a
Cheers, Wayne.
Yeah.
Right, thanks, Chris. Cheers, mate. What are we doing now? Right, we got the Jeff Adams Award, and his daughter is going to present the award today for the Senior A final. Jeff was club member for many years, spent many happy days in the field knocking posting with Jeff up at Adderley. And the winner today is some chap called Wayne Broadhurst. They'll know who you are at the end of the day, mate. Yeah, we're going to have a speech off it. Hey, you've been, you've been unbeaten all day, you've got to say something, come on.
Well, I've been struggling with my bike all season, and Phil Thomas come up and said, I'll have a look at your bike, I'll get it running right for you. So, thanks, Phil.
It worked. He's beaten your brother, it's worked.
And it's the first time I've actually beaten Graham, so.
Been a good day. Hey, seriously, well done. Brilliant. I'm beaten all day.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
You must be chuffed.
Oh yeah, really enjoyed it. Thank you.
Cheers, Ray. Right, we got one left, which is that, which it's the first time our Lisa had the idea, why don't we put something together just for Minsley Club, because Minsley's been, we've all been associated with Minsley for a long time, and for me sins I'm president now, I don't do anything, but go on. And there's a little certificate to go with it, and we'll keep that, have the winner's name put on it, and they can take that away. So, who's won it? Well, Wayne's obviously had a fantastic day, but been unbeaten, but we decided, or I decided, I'm going to give it somebody else. So, all respect to Wayne. Tell you who I'm going to give it to. Kid who's had been unbeaten. Eli. There you are, mate. You've won that. We're going to keep it, and we're going to put your name on it. You're the first winner. Hang on. You can take that home with you. Alright? Okay? Alright. Surprise that. Right, he's been unbeaten all day. Wayne's been unbeaten all day, but nice to see the youngsters doing well. So, you're still filming, Bob? Oh, right. I was going to hand over to somebody, there's nobody about. So all I can say is thanks very much, and we'll see you again next year. Thanks particularly to Bob for coming, and if you want a DVD, they're 10 quid. Early in the day I talked to a lot of the young lads and lassies around the paddock, so try to involve everybody, so it should be worth buying to have a look at, and look back in future years what you were doing when you were 10 years old, you know. Cheers, Bob. Best of luck tomorrow at Skegness.